abstract. Yeah, it's complicated what you say, the way you act. Well, it makes me so confused. I don't know what to do anymore. Can't you just make up your mind? My heart drops when you play around. How can you be up when I'm down? Don't wanna think about it right now. Maybe you just wanna be friends, but there is a vibe when we are talking. Maybe you just wanna pretend, but I can read between the lines. Even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting. So wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be. No, baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be. How it hurts to see you smile, like a dagger in me. She just seems so juvenile. I just want it to be me. I wanna set your world on fire. Oh, just so sure I'll stick around. Oh, my heart drops when you play around. How can you be up when I'm down? Don't wanna think about it right now. Maybe you just wanna be friends, but there is a vibe when we are talking. Maybe you just wanna pretend, but I can read between the lines. Even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting. So wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be. Oh, even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting. So wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be. No, baby, I don't wanna be. No, baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be.
Hello, hi. I think I'm live now. I was jamming to the music. I have no idea who that was, but I was jamming. Hi, Kelly. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Woot woot. Yep, I was doing some jamming. Bada bing, bada boom. I don't know who that was singing, but I was feeling it. I was feeling it. Debbie Hicks, I booted a kid out the door. Now I'm bringing in the laptop. Ooh, 24-ounce latte. I am digging it. I got to turn my phone on be quiet mode. Silence, I say. Silencio, silencio. Oh, thank you, thank you. Good morning. I'm in Georgia. Hey, hey. I see some North Carolina peeps, some Maryland peeps. I know I got a Germany peep that just popped up. Artivist in Canada. I know she's on. Erin, I don't know where you live, but I know you're here behind the scenes. She's the behind the scenes wizard. So yeah. Oh, what does that say? Outback, Pennsylvania, 2 a.m. No, go to sleep, girl. 2 a.m. No. Tennessee. I'm going to Tennessee. And I think I've only driven through Tennessee. But I'm going there for a retreat. Florida peep. I'm from Florida, Jacksonville, where my family still lives. Connecticut. I lived in Connecticut for a spell. I lived in Bethany, which was near New Haven. Raleigh, North Carolina. My friend Katherine lives there. Cool. Oh, we got another Germany person. Woodstock, Georgia. Dude, that's right near me, Deborah. Did we know that? We talked about that. Yeah, you're right near me. Sandy Springs, you're near me too. I'm in Canton. Ah, okay, questions. Where do I find inspiration? Oh boy, I don't know. Anywhere, everywhere I look. Um, gift cards. Sometimes when I'm standing at the checkout line, I'll see, you know, how they always have these gift cards because they want you to buy their gift cards. And I like the designs on the gift cards, so I'll snap a picture of it. Pinterest. I haven't gone to Pinterest much lately. I feel like it's gotten more saturated these days. Mostly I just keep to myself, but the internet, you guys, that's where I get my inspiration from. That was a lame answer. I know. Somebody worked in Bethany, Connecticut. I lived in Bethany. I miss my house there. It was nice in there. Okay. Christine says, do you need to seal watercolor cards so they don't react again accidentally when being mailed to recipient? That is a great question. You probably should. I do not. But you could just simply spray a matte fixative spray like Krylon over the top. If you do that, please go outside because that stuff stinks. But I never do that because I'm hopeful that the mail system won't leave my mail out in the rain, but hey, it happens. But yeah, that's what you could do if you want to. Just spray it outside. It stinks. I'm just saying. Let's see. I saw someone say, I love my notebooks. Thank you so much. My Get It Done journals, planners, whatever you want to call them. They're over on Amazon. I have a new batch coming out soon with different covers. They all have my watercolor art on them. Thank you. Susan, do you have any tips for working with stencils with very delicate designs? Yeah, those are, I'm a lazy crafter. So I tend to try not to get those super intricate designs, but if you do have them, this happens to be on my desk. This is, what is happening? Pixie Spray, Pixie Spray. This works like a charm. You spray it on the back of your stencil, give it a couple of seconds, and it's a little tacky, and it works great, and it lasts for a long time. Like I can continue to use that stencil, and it lasts for ages, and it doesn't leave any sticky residue and stuff on your cards. Stacy Ann, what's your top 2 or 3 tips for those just beginning to watercolor? Wonderful questions. Paper matters. Paper matters. Now, if you're going to start with paper, go ahead and get the student grade Canson XL. It's inexpensive. You can get it on Amazon as a subscribe and save some money each month. You can go to your big box stores and get it there with a coupon. But I wouldn't go any lower than that. You want 300 GSM and 100% cotton. Paper matters. You can watercolor with your ink pads. If you I have Katherine P Inks, as you can see. I never know which way to point. And most of those water reactive ink pads you can watercolor with. If you're just starting out, you want to see if you like it. If not, there are some inexpensive palettes that I would recommend from Amazon that are good. You don't need to go and buy, you know, a tube of the top-notch watercolor. You need to see if you want to, if you feel it, if you're going to get in the mood and if you actually like it. And then have a couple of good paint brushes. That's it. Don't go all crazy and buy everything under the sun, because what if you start doing it and you don't like it? And then if you find that you like it, then you can get better paper and you can get better paints, and then you can go from there. And I actually have, if you email me at Laurel Beard, what's my email? laurelbeard@me.com. I have an ebook about watercolor supplies, and I can send that to you. Or you can go to shop.laurelbeard.org. It's there somewhere. How to get started with inks that won't break the bank. I hear you. First of all, there's no such thing as full set syndrome. Okay, you don't need to go and buy all the colors. Pick the colors that you like, that you gravitate. Pick one color from each of the rainbow if you want, maybe a couple neutrals. I, of course, use Katherine P Inks, and the only other inks I have, except for a couple of specialty inks like embossing ink and black ink pad, is just us oxides. I say you start with whatever colors you like, and then go from there. It's really, I don't, and I do encourage you to buy the refill along with the ink pad because it elongates the life. Yeah, it's going to add $6 or more to your ink pad, but you'll have that ink pad forever because your ink pads need to, remain inked in order for them to work. So I don't believe in buying every color under the sun. Just get the colors that you like, especially if you're trying a new brand of inks. You need to make sure you like them. Some companies do have minis. I know Katherine has minis. I like ink, so I have the full set pads. So you can try some of the minis to see if you like her inks, but I feel like you get more real estate, more coverage with the full ink pad. So that's why I don't even deal with minis. Laurel is one of my faves. Hi, Kelly. What's your go-to die cutting machine? It's right there. The Gemini Junior. Right there. I bought a Spellbinder Platinum when Ellen Hudson was going out of business. Why? I don't know. I just did. And it's sitting in my purge pile. I just like my Gemini. It works great. No issues. I don't need to fix what ain't broke. You know what I'm saying? Christine, sorry. What was the transparent sheet that, wait a minute. Was the transparent sheet that you used to help place the sentiment acetate? Oh, crap. Did I use a transparent sheet to place the sentiment? I don't remember. Here are my cards. Oh gosh, I don't remember. If I did, it was probably the packaging from my stamp set. Gosh, but I don't know. But here's the cards I made. I should have rewatched my video. Sorry. Ooh, Wales, UK. So that means you have a killer accent. I'm jealous. I don't know if you noticed, but on the freebie sentiments on the cover, it says print on a laminate. My bad. It was supposed to say you can print on a laser printer. I'll have to go change that. Thank you. How long has the ton been around? That company is new to me. The ton stamps is this sentiment right here. It's been around, let's see. When I moved to Connecticut, that's when I met Effie, who is the owner of the ton. So at least 7 years, at least 7 years. Yeah. She's been around for quite a while, the ton stamps. Do you get ink on your cards often while creating? Yeah, I do. Either I'll cover it up with a sentiment or a die cut, or it'll turn into a watercolor card, and I did it on purpose. But I always have a damp microfiber cloth. It's literally hanging on this thing, which is what I use to record, and it's always hanging nearby to keep my hands clean. But yeah, and if you do, it's okay. It's okay. How far does one can of Pixie Spray go for you, and does it stink? It doesn't stink. Not that I notice. And Lord, I got this when it first came out. I've probably not even scratched the surface of this bottle. You only need like a quick spray. This will last you a long time. Like you may not even need to replace this unless you lose it, not use it. What brand is your anti-static brush? Well, I have a couple different ones. The one I'm going for now is this. This is so fun. I'm so glad all this stuff is on my desk because I'm in pajamas. What is this? You can't even see. This is Tailored Expressions. And I like it because it's got all the powder in it and just comes right out. Like it's like a little foam brush. But you can use cornstarch. You can use cornstarch or baby powder and put it in an old sock in a whim if you don't have an anti-embossing tool. I've gone through many kinds. The kind that looked like it was in that little pillow thing. I used that for a long time. You know, but I happen to like this one. I think my friend Justine used it and I'm like, what is that? It's so much cleaner. So I went and grabbed it. Yeah, Kelly says she grandson's old baby sock. Yeah, in a whim, use it, or not in a whim. Maybe it works better. I don't know. When would you use the clear embossing powder? I use clear. When would I use it? Like Well, the thing with Katherine Pooler inks is you can heat emboss with them. So I use clear embossing powder to make colored embossing powder. Like I would stamp my inks or stamp my images with ink, sprinkle on clear embossing powder and heat set. And then I have all the colors locked in. And I use clear embossing powder for when I stamp black sentiments. I'll stamp them in my black ink and then sprinkle on clear embossing powder and heat set it that way because I just find black embossing powder is too messy. How do I clean my stamps? What do I use? I use this right here. It's water. Water in a, sorry, Erin, I went ahead. I just happened to see it. I use water. I do have Brutus Monroe Squeaky Clean for everyone. You know, sometimes the reds, there are some inks that stain, like reds for sure. That might bother people. That doesn't bother me at all. Then I can actually see the clear stamp better. But it's 99.9% of the time it's water and a microfiber cloth. That's it. How did I gravitate towards Katherine Pooler inks? Well, Katherine and I are friends. We were friends before she actually released her own line. So I was there when her inks released and I just love them. She was the first person to actually have a foam pad instead of a felt pad. And I just fell in love with them and there was no reason to search out any other companies. And I like that she was the first to use the foam pad. Other stamp companies have released foam pads, which is great, but I try to, if I can, stick with the originals of the original inventor, which is why I use the Misty stamping tool. It was the first of its kind and I have it. There's no need to replace what ain't broke. For a beginner, what do you suggest to start stenciling? Have done card making, just not stencils before. Well, you need a stencil. To hold your stencil in place, you can just hold it down with your hand or maybe tape a corner of it with some tape. I'm trying to, so you don't have to go buy all this stuff. You need some form of blending brushes. There's plenty of blending brushes. I have these kinds from all different companies. This one's the Stamp Market. I have Katherine Pooler blending brushes. You can get blending brushes off of Amazon. So you need some form of blending apparatus, and then you need your ink, and that is all you need: a stencil, some form to blend, and some ink, and obviously paper to blend it on. That is all you need to get started. Can you speak to the benefits of full ink pads versus mini? Well, I prefer full because I'm usually stamping background stamps, or I use my Misty and load up my Misty, and so I'm stamping a bunch of things. So it's just a bigger ink pad surface. So I have found on occasion, it would have been nice if I had the mini ink pads because I can get into tight places, but more often I just like the bigger ink pads. I can get more coverage. I don't have to refill them as often. And I have storage for it. So why not? Totally in my PJs. See, totally into PJs. Couple of more minutes. Bring on the questions. Oh, I'm having trouble finding a good white ink for stamping. The white ink that I use is actually from scrapbook.com. And I got the refill to go with it. It's literally says white on it and the refill, and it's fantastic. I've had it for years. And like I say, if you buy the refills to go along with your ink pads will last a lifetime unless you mess up the pad somehow. What do I use to condition my stamps? Nothing. I don't condition them. Most good quality photopolymer stamps do not need to be conditioned. If you have stamps from like Michael's or something like that, I have heard that you can condition them by simply stamping the ink pad with some embossing ink and then stamping it off, and that conditions. But I have never conditioned a stamp in my life. Sorry. I use a glass mat, Susan. I happen to see that question pop up. I use a glass mat because it's easy to clean, because I don't like cleaning. And with stencils, you can use anything. You can use paints, watercolors, ink, embossing powders, embossing paste. You can use anything on a stencil. Just don't let it dry. Like this morning, I actually used embossing paste through my stencil, you need to go and rinse it off immediately. I happen to have a bathroom in my craft room, but when I didn't, I would keep a bin of water and put the stencil in there because you don't want that stuff to dry on it because then it's hard to get off. So you can use pretty much anything on a stencil as long as you clean it. And how I clean my stencil is running it under water. Any tips on how to keep the ink from getting on the stamping platform? Ew. I don't know. I get my ink on the platform often because I just did them real quick. And like I said, I keep this as damp and I keep it right near me and I just wipe it off immediately after. Nothing that a good soap and water can't take place, you know, can't fix. The pictures behind, I did them all except the wolf. The wolf, my friend Karen Eckes' daughter did many, many years ago. She sent that to me. I have never been able to paint a wolf like her, but everything else is mine. So that's great. That's a wrap, you guys. Apparently you can leave more questions in the YouTube and I'll pop over there and answer them since we didn't get to all the questions. So if there's any more, then I'm assuming I can go back and read this chat. So I'll answer, Kelly, you're so cute. I'll answer your questions over on YouTube if you have any more. And other than that, thanks you guys. Thanks for joining me this morning. Bye.